Still hours away from Halloween night, but parents may already be feeling that little sugar shaky, because you probably had kids doing a number of trunk or treats all week, getting an extra sugar overload already.
Yeah, so how do we balance letting them have some fun but not getting too much of that sugar? How can we let kids take in the magic of Halloween without sending those mixed messages about food, body image, or guilt? Paige Smathers is a registered dietitian. Paige works with families on building those healthy relationships with food, especially helping kids learn that treats, they can be part of a healthy lifestyle as well. And Paige, we really, let's speak to that a little bit about telling kids about the healthy aspect of all that sugar and then managing it better.
It's so hard. As parents, we want to do the right thing. We're always asking, what is the right thing to do? And one of the things I remind parents is it's usually not between right and wrong. It's usually a little bit of, there's many options. And so you just want to pick an approach that feels right for your family. But we do know that we're kind of balancing the issue of not too much and also having that magic.
So why is it important to be able to decide how you handle this?
Well, what we're doing when our kids are young is we're helping to build the foundation that they'll have forever about their relationship with food. And it makes a difference in their health, it makes a difference in their social life, and for their sense of competence and their ability to make decisions about food that are right for their bodies. So in these moments where they're young, we're kind of laying that foundation.
So you don't want to be too strict about it, but you don't want to be too loosey-goosey.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
The extremes are where we get in trouble, and sometimes we do that because we don't know what to do. And so all we can think of is give them all of it and let them throw up, or make them turn all of their food in and for a toy and don't let them have 1 ounce. And
right, you have 100 sugar daddies. See how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You'll learn your lesson if you do it like that,
So you're saying basically you're underscoring here that you want to avoid the all or nothing thinking, at least for parents.
Get creative. Think in the middle. What could we do that's not so extreme?
All right, so we're teaching kids healthy part is a parent's job, right? But why is the job part? Why are some aspects of that more important than others?
So there's a lot of components to eating. There's the what of eating, which is what we've talked about so far. Do we give them candy? Do we not? But there's other elements that are really important too, like how you know when it's time to stop, how you eat, how much you have, who you have it with, how you enjoy, how you socialize around food. So not getting too laser focused on the what of eating, but also thinking about part of your job as the parent is to help them learn these other aspects as well.
Sometimes I think you forget those,
I was going
right?
to say, I mean, aside from Halloween, but just like the everyday eating and that type of thing, depending on like what activity they're doing or like what group they're with, if they're with friends or family. Yeah,
you want them to be competent eaters. Gotcha. You want them to be able to make choices around food. And if you're dictating every single bite, they never get to learn those skills themselves.
As a dietitian, I think you probably, I'm going to guess this is tough to navigate with people. Are they intimidated when they get around you in food?
Yes, because I always remind them, I'm not the food police. I'm actually a pretty normal eater myself.
I guess I'm looking ahead. I know it's Halloween and we're talking about sugar, but what about like Thanksgiving and like family settings and things like that?
Yeah, the same thing kind of runs there, right? Where we're trying to, as the parents, we're talking about the parent-child relationship. The parent's job is to serve the food, so to pick the what of eating and to decide the when of eating. The kid's job is to decide if they eat and how much. This is actually a pretty complicated topic to talk about really quickly, but it's a theory about the division of responsibility in the feeding relationship with kids that can actually be really profound, so that kids have jobs, parents have jobs, and a lot of the power struggle around food is when kids try to do parents' job or parents try to do kids' jobs. And so separating that and having a clear distinction can be really supportive with Halloween, with Thanksgiving, or with just day-to-day.
All right, so let's say, okay, it's 9 p.m., the buckets are full of candy right here tonight. What would you say would be the biggest thing you should do to promote the right way of thinking after trick-or-treating is done?
Well, what I would suggest is sitting down with your kids, have fun, talk about it, get curious, be a part of the experience of eating the food. Don't just send them off into their rooms and say good luck. Say, let's see what you got, let's have some together. What does that taste like? What do you enjoy? So what I'm modeling in these questions I'm asking are concepts of curiosity, non-judgment, low pressure, instead of the more like, why would you eat that? That's so gross, that's so bad for you. That actually doesn't lead to healthier eating or even less candy. Usually that's like, uh-oh, Mom's disappointed if I do this, so I'm going to hide it and I'm going to gorge it when she's not looking.
And then you find the wrappers under their bed,
right?
Which
we don't want.
Yeah. All right, Paige, and how do we get in touch with you if we want to learn more about some of these strategies?
Yeah, so I'm in private practice in Salt Lake, and my website is positive-nutrition.com.
Thanks for being on the show here,
Yeah,
Paige.
thanks for having
Good
me.
reminders. Now we'll just have to do it when we're done, right?
Yes.
Thank you.